This video is designed to help you start a HR consulting business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a HR consulting business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful HR consulting business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. An organization that provides HR consulting services to corporations and businesses is an HR consulting business, or HR consulting firm. Large firms or organizations with significant human resources departments, or those who aspire to build one, might work with a consulting firm specializing in HR. Most types of HR consulting services employ individuals with HR consultant training from various fields, such as resource consultants who offer directive advice, based on their professional knowledge, and people or business consultants who assist a company in developing innovative solutions on how to start an HR consulting business. Things to consider. If you're thinking about a career in people management, you can consider a few things before deciding. External HR consultant training is employed to cover gaps in a group's skill set. Expertise appears to be the crucial concept, implying that the candidate must possess a wide variety of skills required to be considered for the post. To provide the different types of HR consulting services, one must have HR consultant qualifications, a minimum of a bachelor's degree, and several years of expertise. Some of the HR consultant qualifications include a bachelor's in human resources, or a bachelor's in business administration. When it comes to computer skills for HR consultant qualifications, you must know how to use payroll software, or be good at Microsoft Excel. Many firms prefer individuals with a master's degree. Prior to going into the field, it's essential to have an honest self-examination. Examine the resume and expertise and ask yourself, could I trust the person to make important company decisions if this had been a stranger's resume? To ensure if you critically want to know how to start an HR consulting business. Business plan. Many independent HR consultant training and organizations fail because of a lack of well-researched strategic planning, which may seem self-evident. Pre-planning avoids poor performance, as the old military saying goes, so think it through thoroughly before diving deeper into how to start an HR consulting business. Consider the following: who is my intended audience? How am I going to position myself? Do I have enough prospective customers to keep my business afloat in my area? If not, what are my plans for engaging with clients outside of my region? How much does it cost me to run my business, office building, materials, traveling, taxes, etc.? Do I have an adequate alternative to how much I should pay for my services? Is this figure similar to competitors in HR consulting services for small businesses? How to get clients for HR consultancy? How long can I do what I'm doing if the business is slow? Decide on an area. HR consulting is a large industry, with several sub-disciplines and many types of HR consulting services. Many HR generalists are now delivering 360-degree HR services to their clients. Because they do not deliver excellent services, the majority of them are still unable to sustain their businesses in the long run, and don't have the expertise on how to start an HR consulting business. It is suggested that a newcomer should focus on one or two areas of specialist services. In those specialist domains, try to deliver the most incredible possible services, and know how to get clients for your HR consultancy. As you gain the client's trust, money begins to pour in, allowing you to hire experts, and expand your service offerings. Formulate a business strategy. Writing a business plan for your many types of HR consulting services is crucial, especially if you are a newbie and want to know how to start an HR consulting business, just as it is for any other company. Create your strategic plan if you're starting on a limited budget. It may take a little time and work, but it will be invaluable in running your own business effectively, in the near term. Choosing a name. When naming your HR consulting firm, you must be cautious. It's best if the name isn't too close-ended, as it may be tough to connect with your company's name, should you decide to add other services. Another factor to examine before deciding is whether or not a relevant domain name is available. Organizational structure. It's critical to choose the correct corporate structure. Every nation and state has a wide range of alternatives for how to start an HR consulting business. Having your business as a limited liability company, LLC, has several advantages, but it will cost you more. Home or office? To know how to start HR consultancy from home, you need to have a place for your work set up that is quick and adequate. Set up a computer desk with an attached rack for essential files. In any consulting company, the work environment is crucial. You'll need a separate room where clients can talk about their problems without being judged. Also, ensure that you have enough space at your reception desk for clients to relax while they wait to visit you. Working from home, there is no need for a greeting area, but your workspace should be tidy and inviting to speak with, even online. Conduct your research on how to start HR consultancy from home. The next part of the video is not specific to a HR consulting business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the HR consulting business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful HR consulting business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice, may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, You can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into 2 parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a HR consulting business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free HR consulting business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.